Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another Halloween nail art design. This time around I'm going for a purpley theme. So we've got two shades of purple from Madam Glam. I've got one that is a much more brighter one and the other one is a darker one. You literally do not need the exact same shades. As long as you've got two different shades of purple that you like them together, then you can definitely use that, or you can even switch the colors around. I think green, orange, blue, any color would look super cool with today's set. The one thing though that is quite crucial in today's set and was kind of the inspiration and the whole kind of how it came to be, you could say, is the nail decal that we are going to use later on. So I've got this nail decal from the Decal Queen and I really wanted to use it into today's set. So I kind of looked at the design that I wanted and I noticed that she's wearing quite a lot of purpley shades, so I thought let me kind of bring in a bunch of purple into the set to make the nail match in and fit in well. So that's how today's set came to be. We are slowly coming to an end of our Halloweeny set. There's not much left that I've got kind of sorted now. We are kind of slowly coming to the end of Halloween as it is anyways. It's almost the end of October. I can't believe it. It's literally Christmas around the corner, guys. Can you believe that? The Christmas sets are going to happen very shortly and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I have to admit though, I haven't even made my first set. I really wanted to be so organized this year. Really wanted to, and it did start out really well. But then just so much things happened that I just fell back, unfortunately. Holidays and unexpected trips and, you know, the move and not feeling well, getting sick, and just everything at once basically is happening. So unfortunately I'm not as prepared, but that's not a problem because I'm gonna get a grip and I'm gonna make sure that I will have as much content as I possibly can still with what I've got. But for today's set, we are going to apply nude on 4 nails and then 1 nail is an ombre, and we're using those two beautiful purple shades together to create that ombre. Then we've got 2 nails that are going to be identical, so I'm just kind of showing you guys me working on the one and then I am going to do the other off camera. So the first nail that we're going to have 2 of is going to be a French tip. So I'm just using that darker purple shade to do my smile line and I'm going to colour in the tip, and then you want to pop it into the lamp. The purple is a little bit sheer, so I do go ahead and do 2 coats, and of course same thing for the other nail, and then we can do some drips on this nail. So we're going to use that light purple shade to create the drips. So with the drips I'm just placing 3 dots. The one in the middle, you want to make sure it's the kind of the thickest. I kind of felt like I couldn't get the drips to do what I exactly want them to do. So the idea is you place your dots, you then draw a line from the center of the dot upwards, and then you connect the 2 sides of the dot to that line that you created. And the idea is that it's supposed to be thick at the bottom of the drip, and then the higher up you get, the thinner of the line you want to have. But I feel like I didn't really do a good job with that, so mine are pretty thick, but if you do them ever so slightly thinner, it'll look really cool. So once you've done that, colour them in, then just basically finish up the top bar and just colour the rest of that smile line with the light shade of purple, and then pop it into the lamp. And of course, same thing, you will need to do 2 coats if you're using the same gel polishes, especially since we've got such a dark purple shade in the background. Just naturally it will require an extra coat, so it's all nice and opaque and you don't have any weird different shades coming through underneath the colour. So of course same thing with the other nail, do the exact same thing and pop them into the lamp as well. And then we'll be able to work on our next nail, which could actually be the nail decal. But before we do that, I'm going to show you guys the 2 nails next to each other. Here it is with 2 coats of the drip as well, and it looks so cool. Literally any colour in this set would look so cool. The only problem would be the decal, but as long as you've got any sort of other Halloweeny decal, then it would look so cool too. So for this one, I've got this lady with a white face, and it's got like the purpley pinkish hair. It could be a character of something, I'm not too sure. I'm really bad with films, I never really watched them. I'm a bit behind on everything really. I'm not as educated in that area, so this could be some sort of a film or something, a character from somewhere, I'm not too sure, but I loved how it looked. I feel like I've been using these characters quite often in my set. I feel like this might be the 3rd set of nails this year possibly that I use the exact same kind of image from the decal sheets that I got basically from the website. So that basically shows how good the decals are and how much I really enjoyed the images. So when I stamped it, I don't know what was going on. It wouldn't want to transfer, which has not happened to me before, but I just stamped a bit longer and it came through. I was wondering that maybe because it had a bit too much water on the stamper, who knows. But here I'm just using my finger to get any creases out where possible. There might be some where you just can't get. Don't go too rough on it because you will end up ripping the image. So just be delicate, and if there are any like little bits that curled up or something, usually when you apply a top coat, it just kind of masks and you can't even tell that it's a bit like, you know, scrunched up a little bit. So once that's done, we can work on our next nail. So for this one, I'm doing a heart in the center, and I was doing a dotted method where I'm kind of dotting out where the heart is and just connecting the dots, and I have to say it works, but because of the way I was filming, I feel like I always say this, it's just so hard for me to have it in the right angle where I can see everything clearly and I've got all the kind of mobility to basically do what I want, and it just wasn't working. But as soon as I go off camera and I get it right how I comfortably usually do nails, it's super easy. So before, I would always try to just hand draw just straight away, just start drawing like you would with just a pen. You just kind of start doing the shapes, the lines of the heart. It was very difficult, but doing those dots really helped me. So in case you're also struggling, do give this a go, because it did really improve my confidence in myself in getting those hearts done. So I feel like the right hand side is quite not very symmetrical. It's a bit wonky, but not to worry. I ended up colouring it in, and then before I actually popped into the lab, I did go and grab a lint-free wipe, and I wiped away on the side and corrected that side to make it a little bit more symmetrical. So it looks a little bit better. It's still not 100% perfect, but it's better than it was, which is great. So now I'm just going with a top coat, and we are using a matte top coat today, and I'm going to pop them all into the lamp. I just wanted to let you guys know that I only have a couple of Halloween sets left for this year, so I still need to film. I think I've got 3 left to film, and that should be it now for this year, and I'm going to have to start working on my Christmassy sets, which is going to be exciting. I do have one acrylic Halloween set, so it's going to be on the red iguana hand. I do have one builder Halloween set, so that's kind of different and cool. And then I do have, I think, one more actual, like, these long stiletto nail tip design left, and that's going to be it, guys. We've got a bit of a variety coming up soon, hopefully. Depends which way around I do it, because I'm just so busy. I have no time to film, and especially the acrylic ones and the builder gel, they require a bunch of filing as usual, and I just always put those off till last because they're just so time consuming, and I'm not that familiar with acrylic or builder gel. Like, I'm trying to learn, but it's, you will know if you do nails that it's very time consuming. It requires a bunch of hours of practice before you know anything. So yeah, I'm just in that period of time at the moment where I'm just trying to learn, understand the product, get different tips and tricks in there. So it's just a bit of a learning curve. But the more videos I do, the better I'm going to get. So I just need to suck it up and get going with it. And then eventually I'll be a pro and we can make amazing nails on the red iguana hand. That'll be so cool. So real quick, back to the video. Using some Glitterbell's Silver Unbelievable Gel. I don't actually know if it is called silver. I think it's got a different name, but I think it'll be pretty easy to find on the website. You just want to outline the heart. I also want to add a little nice detailing where the smile line is on the French tip nails. And for this nail, I feel like it was a bit bad and needed something extra in the little gaps. So I thought I could either add crystals or I could maybe add some glitter. But in the end, I went for stars. But now that I actually talk about it out loud, I feel like maybe glitter would be kind of cool. Like, do one of those, like, almost like a frame around the face with some glitter. That might have been cool, but we ended up picking no glitter today, which probably is good for a change. So I'm just adding one star at the top, 1 star at the bottom, and then just adding a couple of little dots just to kind of cover it up, almost giving like a little bit of a sky vibe, like a starry sky kind of thing. And then once you're happy, pop into the lab. These are unbelievable gels, so make sure you pop it in for 60 seconds. Then off camera, I did go ahead and outline the silver with the black, and that was just because I was just uncomfortable recording it. And now I'm just drawing out some lines, and those lines will then help us create a spiderweb look. So I'm just going to do a couple of lines. And then once they're done, I'll do those squiggly kind of like basically connecting the lines in the what's it called, like the spider web. Yeah, spider web. you know what I mean. So rather than doing like a straight line connecting all the lines together, you want to like do like a bit of like a bent line. I'm about to do it now. One like that. Oh, almost like a half a circle. There we go, half a circle, semicircle. just do that, and each line will end up having different amounts of those half circles. So right there at the top of that heart, we've only got one, but then the one next to it has two, and then the one next to it might even have three. But at the bottom, we end up having 3 all along. So it's just the top. I think it's just to kind of give that outline of the heart still, but with the spider web, because if you just do the whole thing in the same amount of lines, then it will just look a bit circular or square-like, but we're still trying to keep that heart shape. So that's why the top of the heart has a shorter line, the other ones are longer. And we're also using less of those little squiggly thingy lines. So once you're happy, pop it into the lamp. Same thing, remember, 60 seconds. And please excuse my very shaky hands. I was really struggling filming this video for some reason. I must have been very hungry, like super hungry. Even when I'm hungry, I get really shaky. So then I'm going to use some of my new crystals. I got these crystals, those purple ones from Temu actually, so I really wanted to use them since we've got a purple set. So I'm just chucking a couple of those purple crystals with some AB shaped crystals, and then I'm popping it into the lamp. I will then also, I think off camera, go ahead and chuck a couple of caviar beads. I think it's off camera, it could be on camera, could be wrong. And I am also going to add a couple of crystals to the French tip nails too, and they're going to have crystals right at the top, just a little, y'all remember used to call it a tiara, little crown right at the top of the nail. So that's where you want to place it, but we'll get to that in just a second. I'm pretty sure I included at least one of them on camera, so there will be no skipping on that front. I also added a couple of tiny little purple crystals in between the main big crystals as well on that nail. So now we're on to this nail. So it's just a mix of AB and purple crystals. So you want to place your largest one in the center, place some ABs on either side of that, and then finish it off with a small purple crystal next to the AB. And this is me removing one because I noticed that it's basically the same size as that purple, and I'm supposed to be going down in sizes and not up or the same sizes. So I had to get it gone. This is the problem when you've got a mix of crystals. You have to like just take some time to dig and find the right sizes. But it's okay. So we've done it on that one. You want to do it on the other one as well. Pop some caviar beads in between. And here are the final results. I love this one. I'm just so in love with like bright purpley colours. You all know I'm not a massive dark grey brownie girl. So if you guys liked the video, if you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.